In the busy and shining city of Abuja, there was a young lady named Kate. She was just 26 years old, but life had already tested her in many ways. Kate was very beautiful, with a gentle smile that could melt a heart, and she carried herself with dignity and respect. Everyone who met her admired her dedication, her humility, and her quiet strength. She was the type of woman who always greeted people politely, who never raised her voice, and who carried kindness in her heart. Kate had a younger brother named Alex. Alex was a very handsome young man, full of intelligence and determination. He was hardworking, disciplined, and always dreamed of doing something great with his life. The love between Kate and Alex was something very strong, for they were not just siblings, they had become everything to each other. This was because life had dealt them a heavy blow. They lost both of their parents when they were still in secondary school. That loss was like a heavy storm that came suddenly and scattered their lives. One day they had parents, and the next day they were gone, leaving the two young children to struggle in a world that can be very harsh and unkind. But even with tears in their eyes, Kate and Alex did not give up. They managed to write their WAEC exams, holding on to the hope that education would open doors for them one day. Kate especially believed that no matter what pain they carried, education could help them rise from poverty. When Kate finished her exams and received her results, she saw that she had passed excellently. The joy of success quickly mixed with the heavy burden of worry. At night, while others slept peacefully, Kate cried silently into her pillow. She asked herself, how can I continue my education? How will I also help my brother to go to school? Where will the money come from? These thoughts troubled her heart every single day. One day, her best friend Esther came to visit her. Esther was a cheerful young woman who always tried to encourage Kate whenever she was sad. Esther sat Kate down and said softly, "My friend, you don't need to keep crying. What will you tell your brother if he sees you in this condition? You must be strong for him. I have already looked for a job for you in a nice restaurant. They are paying well, and with that job you can take care of yourself and your brother." Kate was surprised and deeply grateful. She hugged Esther tightly and said, "Thank you, my friend. May God bless you." A few days later, Kate started working in the restaurant. It was not easy, but she worked with commitment, serving customers with respect and a smile. Day by day, she endured the stress, saving every little money she could. After 7 months of hard work, Kate had managed to save some money. One day, she called her brother Alex and said to him, "My dear brother, I want you to go and buy a JAMB form. You must go to the university. God can bless you with a good job one day, and you will remove us from this poverty." Alex smiled and replied, "No problem, auntie. I will do just that. Thank you for everything." But life has a way of testing people when they least expect it. One fateful day, Alex was coming home full of excitement. He had just gained admission into the university. His heart was bubbling with joy, and he could not wait to share the good news with his sister. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a jeep came speeding and hit him hard. Alex fell on the road, and before people could react, the driver had already escaped. People quickly gathered and rushed him to the hospital. They took his phone and called his sister. When Kate heard the news, her heart nearly stopped. She left her work immediately and ran to the hospital. At the hospital, the doctor looked at Kate with serious eyes and said, "He will be fine, but we must act fast. We need money for treatment, or he could lose his spinal cord." Kate burst into tears right there in the hospital corridor. Her heart was broken, and fear consumed her. "Where will I get this kind of money?" she cried. Her friend Esther came to visit her in the hospital and saw her weeping. Kate held Esther's hand tightly and said, "Where am I going to find this money? I don't want to lose my brother." Esther tried to comfort her. "Don't cry, my friend. I will help you with the little I have. But you must also try and run around to find more." Kate walked into her brother's ward, tears still running down her face. She held Alex's hand as he lay weak on the hospital bed. She whispered softly, "Don't worry, my brother. You will be fine." Kate returned to work, but her mind was troubled. How would she gather such a large amount of money? 4 million naira. Suddenly, a thought flashed through her mind, a young billionaire named Daniel, who had been coming to the restaurant regularly. Daniel was a very wealthy man, born into a rich family. But unlike many rich people, Daniel was humble, respectful, and disciplined. He was also very handsome, the kind of man who easily attracted attention. Each time he came to the restaurant, Kate served him with respect, and sometimes Daniel gave her generous tips. He had been noticing her all along, her beauty, her dedication, and the sadness she sometimes carried in her eyes. One day, Daniel came as usual. But this time, when he looked at Kate, he saw something different. Her face was filled with sorrow, and she was not her usual cheerful self. He turned to her and asked, "What happened to you? Why are you sad today?" Kate quickly shook her head and replied, "I'm fine, sir." But inside, she was afraid to speak. She thought, if I tell him my problems here, what if I lose my job? Daniel was not satisfied. He said again, "Ever since I have been coming here, I have never seen you in this mood. Something is wrong. Can you speak to me?" Kate lowered her eyes and said quietly, "Sir, it's a long story. I can't say it here. If we can talk somewhere else, not in this place." Daniel gently pulled out a card from his pocket and gave it to her. "Call me," he said. That evening, when Kate closed from work, she gathered courage and called Daniel. He invited her to his house. When Kate entered, she looked around and said, "Your place is very nice and beautiful, sir." Daniel smiled. "Thank you. Please, sit down. What should I offer you? Food? Drink?" Kate shook her head. "I'm okay for now, thank you." Daniel sat across from her and said softly, "Now tell me, what is the problem?" Kate took a deep breath and began to explain. She told him how she and her brother lost their parents, how they struggled to survive, how she started working in the restaurant, and how her brother recently gained admission into the university. Then she broke down in tears and said, "But on his way home, he had a terrible accident. Right now, he is in the hospital, and the doctors say we need money. Sir, I am confused. I don't know what to do. Please, I can do anything for you, if you can help me. Anything, sir, I promise to do for the sake of my brother." Tears streamed down her face as she pleaded. Daniel leaned forward, wiped her tears gently, and said, "Stop crying. Everything will be okay. I will help you. I will pay for your brother's treatment. I will also support both of you to the university. But listen to me, I will not take advantage of you just because you're looking for money. I am doing this from my heart to you and your brother." Kate was overwhelmed with gratitude. She hugged him tightly and said, "Thank you, sir. I am grateful, God bless you." 3 months later, Alex was discharged from the hospital, completely healed. He entered the university, while Kate also started pursuing her education. 5 years passed like a dream. Alex graduated with a first class, becoming the best medical doctor in his set. Kate became a professional lawyer. Daniel was proud of them, and together they took pictures, celebrating their success. One day, Esther teased Kate and said, "My friend, why don't you marry Daniel? I believe he loves you." Kate smiled shyly and replied, "I love him too, but he has not told me anything yet." Not long after, Daniel invited Kate to a dinner night. The atmosphere was calm and beautiful. He looked at her face and said, "You are beautiful, Kate." Kate smiled. "Thank you, Daniel. And thank you for all you have done for me and my brother." Daniel replied, "It is all God. The thanks belong to him." Then he looked deep into her eyes and said, "Kate, there is something I want to tell you. I love you. I want to marry you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I want you to be the mother of my unborn children. Please, will you marry me? Kate's eyes widened in surprise. Tears filled her eyes, but this time they were tears of joy. She whispered, "Yes, I will marry you, Daniel." Daniel stood up, pulled her into his arms, and hugged her tightly. Thanks for watching. Kindly share your thoughts and the lessons you learned in the comment section. Tell me in the comment section, I will reply you. Please keep supporting us by subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications bell to be notified whenever I upload interesting and captivating stories like this. Like and share this video. I have other videos on this channel too, please watch. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. See you guys on my next video.